Hi, it's live television. I'm Terry, and I'm just back. We got a lot happening on the show this morning, so the good news is that I just keep going. Next up, the Park City Community Foundation. I'm going to apologize because these folks have just made it to the studio, and I don't have their names memorized, so I'm going to look to my notes. I usually try not to do that, but this morning, we're going to do it. Let's do it. Haley Lebsack.
Yep, you got it.
I got it. I'm so glad that I got it right. Haley is from Recycle Utah. Sam Mueller is here. She's from the Park City Community Foundation, as is Sean Kelleher. Good morning, friends. Good morning. How y'all doing?
Good. Good morning.
Ready for the weekend? Yeah. Good. What's happening? What's new? Recycle Utah, a lot is happening. We talk on a regular basis about what you all lovely people are up to, and of course the PCCF also very active in our community, and events coming up. What's up with you guys?
Yeah, so we have an Impact at Work nonprofit tour coming up on June 22nd, and one of the nonprofits that we'll be touring is Recycle Utah, so we thought we would bring Haley with us today to hear a little bit about what they're up to.
Fantastic. I got a quiz earlier this week on recyclables. What goes where? If 75 is passing, then I think I just made it.
Depends on what school you go to, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm a product of public schools.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. 75 passes, I think.
Indeed, indeed. How are things at Recycle Utah? You guys are very busy because it's the time of year.
It is the time of year. We are very busy. We just wrapped up one of our dumpster days. So dumpster days is a time in the community when we have 2 large dumpsters out at the recycling center. You can bring us your yard waste and any landfill, household landfill waste. And I did have someone yesterday ask, why do you do that? Because we're a recycling center and our goal is diversion. This is my first dumpster days that I worked, and I noticed that we do that because a lot of people bring us stuff that's recyclable, and we catch it and we put it in our center. Cardboard, mixed metals, paper. I had someone bring a bunch of aluminum cans, so we grabbed all that stuff, we put it into our recycling center, and it saves people a trip down to our landfill. Our next dumpster days will be June 28th, 29th, and 30th at the center. We've got the tour with Park City Community Foundation. June 29th, we have our fundraiser Uncorked, which is probably our most fun, low-key fundraiser. It's literally a parking lot barbecue. Mother Low Canyon Band will be there.
Nice.
Praise Cheeses and Comrades, if you guys have not had food from them, both of them will be donating a percentage of the sales that day back to us, which I believe this is the first time we've ever done that with Uncorked. And then Park City Brewery and Alpine Distilling are also donating the beverages. And then August 11th, we have our 100-mile meal, which, if you haven't heard of, a 100-mile meal is everything that we serve at that dinner is created from food that is grown or lived, I don't know, from within 100 miles of our center in Park City. And Park City Mountain Resort donates the chef time and the kitchen staff, so the food is delicious. It's at our Old Ranch in Oakley. And those are just a little bit of the events we have that are right around the corner.
Well, it is the time to get outside, recreate, and celebrate, without a doubt.
Yep.
You guys at Recycle Utah are pretty good at the celebrating, I have to say. Some great partners, our friends from Comrades, excellent food truck. I'm familiar with them. They do a great job, and always nice to have some of these local partners, and we have more of these local partners than ever.
Yeah, we do, and we're really lucky for Park City Community Foundation, not just for the financial grant support. We do a lot of waste management's not the cool thing in environmentalism. What we do is not necessarily the fun thing to fund. It's hard to get sometimes grant money to handle just processing things like styrofoam and electronics and saving land, and there's a lot of really important things that happen that are very sexy and cool.
Right.
And we are very blessed to have an organization in Park City like the Park City Community Foundation that notices the nutty gritty things that we do are beneficial to the community, and they help us fund those programs where we can't necessarily find funding outside. So they allow us to do that kind of stuff.
That's fantastic. And I have to say that in my experience, Recycle Utah has a visibility in the community that maybe similar facilities and similar organizations don't have in other areas, maybe metropolitan areas or whatever, but I've spoken regularly about the fact that sometimes I'm disappointed because I don't have recycling to take to the recycle center just to go hang out and sort all and make sure I've got everything. It's fun, it's cool, and you run into people that you know here in Park City.
It's a social place. I didn't realize that until I worked there. Yeah, it really is.
That is great stuff. Sam and Sean, talk about your involvement, not just with Recycle Utah, but with this process of making the most benefit that you can out of the resources that you have to share with our community.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're working on creating an enduring philanthropic community for all the people of Park City, and that comes with Recycle Utah. The nonprofit tour that we have coming up also will be touring Park City Tots, PC Tots, and they do affordable childcare in our community. So just another way to showcase our nonprofits, which is really what this tour is all about. And yeah.
And we really want to show all the donors that are so active with us, the breadth of what their impact is in the community. The foundation impacts so many different nonprofits, and when I really first started getting involved before I joined the foundation board, it was really because I knew that they did such a great job with the due diligence and sourced, really the organizations, the nonprofits that either had something really special going on or just needed that little extra push to get them to where they, ought to be or could be. So I think that's what this little showcase and tour is really supposed to focus on and show people.
And a great way in which to make that communication that in the world of philanthropy is necessary marketing what it is that you do and how well you do it. I think we're more aware than ever that horror stories about philanthropies or funds that don't have truly the noble goals in mind, and we're more aware of that. What percentage of funds raised goes to helping the people that are the title recipients of the name of your charity, those kinds of things. So I really connect with that due diligence and that sort of gold star quality level. Talk about how you maintain that commitment and how you do that when obviously due diligence is a lot of work and working with individual charities. Are you adding new groups to work with, or is it more of kind of your go-tos for here in Park City?
Yeah, so every year we have the community fund grants that applications open in the beginning of the year, and every nonprofit in the community, Summit and Wasatch County, are welcome to apply for. It's a fairly lengthy process. I'm sure Haley can speak to that a little bit, but we have a grants committee made up of members of our community and our board of directors, and they go through and read all of the grant applications and then select the grantees that way. But then about 6 or 8 months after the nonprofits have been given the grants, we go on a site visit for all of the nonprofits that have received a grant in the previous year. So certainly a lot of nonprofits will get a grant year over year, depending on the program that they have, and Recycle Utah is one of those. But we certainly have new nonprofits that are getting grants every year as well. So we like to stick with our favorites and also support the new guys as they're doing great work in the community as well.
And in some cases even incubate new foundations that just need that platform in place to get, just get wheels up, and hopefully they eventually spin out and become self-sustaining. So it's also that, it's not just kind of helping the folks that are already up and running, but it's also, kind of planting the seeds where there's an opportunity and there's a need.
It occurs to me that part of the function that you're providing for your beneficiaries is kind of a quality level in terms of maybe there's a great mission that you see that you'd like to support. Maybe they don't have the same kind of expertise and in-house experience as an organization like Recycle Utah. That must be a a satisfying thing to not just be handing money over and it's a black box that it goes into, but really making that money work the best that it can, and also using the Community Foundation's expertise in that regard.
Yeah, we do about 12 nonprofit education classes every year, and last year expanded that to some board member education classes as well. So I think Haley and the staff at Recycle Utah have been beneficiaries of that in the past year or so. It's an opportunity to network with the other nonprofits in the community and learn from the other nonprofits. And so our nonprofit education courses happen about once a month, and it's free to our nonprofits. And we have a great facilitator that leads various discussions on different topics. That's been a really great addition, and again, a way to learn something new or continue to grow and network as a newer or younger nonprofit.
And there are times too where it's even broader than that, where there might be a need arise in the community, that because the foundation really has kind of this vast inventory of what all the foundations or what all the nonprofits are doing, what government's doing, where we're able to kind of put together teams, to kind of deal with what might be a sudden need or some kind of a crisis. So the entire Summit County mental health awareness effort was really kind of seeded by the foundation, bringing together a lot of disparate groups and help to kind of coalesce that into a real specific direction.
I think what they're talking about is almost more vital than some of the grants that they give out. Most people in nonprofits are in nonprofits because you're passionate about it. Right. We're not in nonprofits because we're excellent marketing, or we're excellent at admin, or we're excellent at business management. We care about what we're doing. I started my job in November. I've been to most of the roundtables they've offered. They varied from marketing to volunteer management. There was a financials one, and it's all skills and stuff that I need to be successful in something that I care deeply about, but maybe I don't necessarily have all the tools. So they're kind of my business advisor, is what I think about Park City Community Foundation. They're my mentor and teacher, and they're helping us be successful and grow. And then they're connecting us. I've built a lot of relationships with people at Mountain Trails Foundation, Summit Land Conservancy, EATS, all these other organizations that have a very similar mission to what we have. We all want to do the same thing.
Sure.
We all want to protect where we live and protect where we play. And some of us are better at things than others. So we work together to make sure we all succeed, which in turn makes sure Park City succeeds.
So very well said. The Business Advisory Services of Park City Community Foundation. You guys, we should do social media so folks can continue this conversation and their knowledge acquisition.
Great.
Perfect.
Park City Community Foundation?
Yeah, we're on Facebook at Park City CF. Our website is parkcitycf.org, and also on Instagram, trying to grow our followership at Park City CF.
Hashtag follow for follow. Sam and Sean, so nice to meet you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you for all you do for our community, and thanks for joining us this morning. Haley, nice to see you. Recycle Utah.
We're Recycle Utah, at Recycle Utah for all social media, and recycleutah.org.
Fantastic. Yep. Nice to see you again.
Good
nice to meet you guys. Thanks for coming in. Have a lovely weekend.
You
Stay
too.
dry.
Thanks.
Good folks in our community helping those in need. It is a constant and lovely topic here at Park City Television on the Mountain Morning Show. We'll be right back.